What if wars never truly ended? Could forgotten conflicts outlive countless generations forever? History sometimes hides unbelievable truths beneath silence. This story sounds impossible yet completely real. The year was 1651 exactly. England suffered devastating civil war then daily. Royalists desperately fought determined parliamentarian forces everywhere. Chaos consumed kingdoms without mercy or pause. Across rough seas stood peaceful Scilly Islands. Small islands suddenly gained dangerous strategic importance. Royalist warships anchored around rocky coastlines confidently. Cannons guarded every narrow approach toward shore. Dutch merchant vessels crossed nearby waters regularly. Valuable cargo sailed through uncertain, dangerous routes. Tension slowly increased with every passing voyage. Royalist sailors seized Dutch merchant ships repeatedly. Goods disappeared beneath armed, victorious Royalist hands. Dutch merchants demanded justice for devastating losses. Their complaints reached powerful Dutch government officials. Patience slowly vanished inside determined Dutch leaders. Admiral Martin Tromp received urgent, important orders. He assembled an impressive, powerful naval fleet. Massive warships crossed stormy northern waters together, their sails filled beneath roaring ocean winds. Dutch flags waved proudly above mighty vessels. Cannons pointed directly toward distant island shores. Royalist defenders watched silently from towering cliffs. Fear quietly spread throughout isolated island settlements. Tromp demanded immediate financial compensation from Royalists. His warning carried unmistakable military determination always. Silence answered every Dutch diplomatic request instead. No agreement arrived despite growing dangerous tensions. Every passing hour increased inevitable coming confrontation. Diplomacy slowly collapsed before stubborn political pride. Tromp reached his final difficult decision then. War became the only remaining option available. An official declaration changed history forever instantly. The Dutch declared war upon Scilly, not against England entirely, but Scilly alone. One signature carried extraordinary historical consequences afterward. Everyone expected fierce, bloody battles soon afterward. Destiny quietly prepared an astonishing, unexpected surprise instead. Events suddenly changed beyond everyone's expectations completely. Royalist resistance rapidly began collapsing under pressure. Parliamentarian victories spread across England quickly everywhere. Hope disappeared from exhausted Royalist commanders completely. Surrender became unavoidable despite determined, courageous resistance. Everything transformed within remarkably short, unforgettable moments. Dutch fleets prepared returning home peacefully afterward. Nobody noticed one dangerous, forgotten legal detail. Nobody questioned unfinished official wartime paperwork afterward. No peace treaty followed declared hostilities ever. The declaration remained legally unanswered through decades. Time quietly buried forgotten mistakes beneath history. Generations passed without discovering astonishing oversight completely. Kings changed while forgotten documents quietly remained. Empires expanded before eventually fading into memory. Technology advanced beyond unimaginable historical expectations completely. Yet forgotten paperwork quietly survived every century. An invisible war continued without single battle. History sometimes whispers louder than cannons ever. Forgotten pages changed everything without anyone realizing. The strangest chapter had only begun. Centuries waited before revealing unbelievable forgotten truth. The impossible story was completely real. Royalist forces finally surrendered without further resistance. Parliamentarians secured victory across troubled England completely. Dutch commanders believed their mission already finished. Massive warships quietly departed surrounding island waters. Calm seas replaced growing military tension completely. Cannons remained silent along rocky coastlines forever. Soldiers slowly returned toward ordinary, peaceful lives. Families welcomed loved ones with grateful hearts. Nobody celebrated remarkable military victories there afterward. Nobody organized official peace negotiations afterward either. One forgotten document changed everything forever silently. No peace treaty officially ended hostilities ever. Nobody noticed astonishing legal oversight immediately afterward. Years quietly passed without serious investigation whatsoever. Decades vanished beneath ordinary human daily routines. Children became parents before growing elderly themselves. New generations inherited completely different historical realities. Ancient memories slowly disappeared into forgotten legends. Powerful kings rose before eventually disappearing forever. Governments changed through countless political transformations continuously. Cities expanded beyond original medieval boundaries dramatically. Ships evolved into faster, stronger vessels gradually. Steam engines transformed transportation across continents permanently. Railways connected distant communities with remarkable speed. Factories reshaped societies through industrial revolution completely. Electricity illuminated once dark streets every evening. Automobiles replaced horses across bustling, growing cities. Airplanes conquered skies beyond impossible human dreams. World War I shocked humanity beyond imagination. Another devastating global conflict followed relentlessly afterward. Millions suffered through unimaginable wartime destruction together. Humanity rebuilt despite overwhelming, painful losses everywhere. Astronauts eventually landed upon distant lunar surface. Computers revolutionized communication across modern civilizations rapidly. The internet connected billions through invisible networks. History accelerated faster than previous centuries combined. Yet one forgotten declaration quietly survived everything. Dust-covered neglected shelves inside forgotten archives. Ancient papers patiently awaited unexpected rediscovery someday. Nobody searched those forgotten records carefully enough. Nobody imagined astonishing truths hiding there silently. Quiet paperwork outlasted mighty empires surprisingly completely. Forgotten ink defeated powerful armies without fighting. Time protected remarkable secrets beneath ordinary silence. Every century deepened astonishing historical mystery further. The invisible conflict legally remained completely unresolved. No bullets flew across peaceful island skies. No soldiers marched toward forgotten battlefields anymore. No cannons echoed through surrounding coastal waters. Still war officially continued beneath legal records. Reality became stranger than unbelievable fictional stories. Forgotten history patiently awaited curious, determined investigators someday. Hidden truths never disappear forever beneath silence. They simply wait for discovery patiently always. Every unanswered question deserves careful historical investigation eventually. Every forgotten record preserves remarkable untold human stories. Curiosity often unlocks impossible historical mysteries unexpectedly. One determined researcher would soon investigate everything. His discovery would surprise historians around the world. An impossible truth awaited patient, determined eyes. History prepared another astonishing, unforgettable revelation ahead. Silence finally approached its dramatic ending soon. Forgotten pages demanded long overdue human attention desperately. The greatest surprise remained completely undiscovered yet. Everything changed with one remarkable discovery. One curious historian questioned forgotten historical records. His name was Roy Duncan indeed. Curiosity guided every careful research decision forward. Ancient archives became his daily working companion. Dust covered forgotten shelves inside silent rooms. Old parchments carried centuries of hidden secrets. Duncan carefully opened fragile historical documents patiently. Every page revealed fascinating forgotten historical details. Hours became days without noticeable interruption whatsoever. Days quietly transformed into determined research months. Countless handwritten records demanded careful, patient examination. Every signature carried possible historical significance forever. Every missing page raised deeper, unsettling questions. Duncan compared official records from both nations. Strange inconsistencies slowly emerged before his eyes. Something important appeared strangely absent everywhere. He searched every available historical archive tirelessly. Yet one document remained permanently missing always. The peace treaty never officially existed anywhere. Silence suddenly filled the dusty archive room. Duncan checked every record once again carefully. His discovery remained exactly the same afterward. The declaration survived every passing generation untouched. The peace agreement never followed afterward officially. History contained one astonishing forgotten legal mistake. Duncan realized its unbelievable historical implications immediately. His heartbeat quickened with growing astonished excitement. This discovery challenged centuries of accepted history. Colleagues initially doubted his remarkable historical conclusion. They believed simple archival mistakes explained everything. Duncan patiently presented every supporting historical document. Evidence grew stronger with every careful explanation. Skepticism slowly transformed into genuine astonished curiosity. Historians carefully reviewed ancient official government records. Every archive confirmed Duncan's unbelievable discovery completely. The legal conflict technically never truly ended. 3 centuries quietly passed without official peace. Everyone stared silently after understanding reality completely. An invisible war survived through forgotten paperwork. No battles happened during countless passing generations. No casualties marked this extraordinary historical conflict. No victories changed forgotten wartime legal status. Only silence preserved astonishing unfinished history patiently. Forgotten ink outlived powerful kings and empires. Tiny mistakes sometimes reshape extraordinary historical narratives permanently. One missing signature changed everything forever legally. Duncan shared remarkable findings with local authorities. News spread across newspapers around the world. Readers questioned unbelievable headlines with amazement everywhere. Historians celebrated uncovering extraordinary forgotten historical truth. Governments finally acknowledged remarkable legal oversight publicly. The impossible story became undeniable historical reality. Curiosity defeated centuries of unnoticed historical silence. Truth patiently waited for determined discovery always. Forgotten history finally found its patient witness. One researcher awakened sleeping historical memories forever. Ancient documents finally regained meaningful historical importance. The world watched astonishing developments with fascination. Peace would finally receive overdue official recognition. History quietly prepared its unforgettable final chapter. Centuries of silence neared unexpected conclusion rapidly. Forgotten conflict awaited peaceful official ending together. Destiny completed history's unfinished remarkable sentence gracefully. The final signature approached after centuries patiently. Peace finally stood within human reach. Governments accepted Duncan's astonishing discovery with surprise. Officials reviewed forgotten legal documents together carefully. Every record confirmed remarkable historical oversight completely. No peace agreement officially existed anywhere before. Diplomatic conversations quietly began between both sides. History demanded its long-awaited peaceful conclusion finally. Dutch representatives welcomed meaningful reconciliation with gratitude. Scilly officials accepted the invitation respectfully together. Nobody expected such extraordinary historical ceremony beforehand. The world watched with genuine, fascinated curiosity. Newspapers reported unbelievable forgotten wartime story everywhere. Historians smiled reading impossible historical headlines together. Centuries of silence approached peaceful resolution steadily. Ancient mistakes finally met modern responsibility today. Diplomacy replaced forgotten hostility without resistance completely. Friendship quietly emerged from forgotten legal conflict. Official preparations continued with remarkable historical care. Important documents received careful final examinations beforehand. Every signature carried symbolic historical meaning forever. Every participant understood remarkable moment approaching soon. The ceremony remained simple yet unforgettable always. No armies gathered outside peaceful buildings anymore. No cannons threatened distant coastal villages today. No frightened soldiers awaited bloody confrontations there. Only respectful smiles welcomed honored distinguished guests. Calm conversations replaced centuries of forgotten tension. History sometimes heals through peaceful understanding alone. Time softened wounds without another single battle. Forgotten conflicts deserve meaningful, peaceful endings too. Humanity grows wiser through remarkable historical lessons. Every generation inherits unfinished stories from predecessors. Someone eventually must complete forgotten responsibilities carefully. Duncan watched history changing before his eyes. His research transformed impossible myths into reality. Curiosity achieved what armies never accomplished before. Knowledge defeated centuries of silent confusion completely. Truth united former enemies through understanding peacefully. Forgotten pages finally received deserved human attention. Ancient ink inspired modern acts of peace. History breathed easier after remarkable rediscovery finally. The past embraced the present with grace. Every witness recognized extraordinary historical significance immediately. Forgotten mistakes became unforgettable, timeless human lessons. Wisdom often begins with simple, careful questions. Curiosity remains history's strongest guiding light forever. Peace sometimes arrives centuries behind schedule, unexpectedly. Even forgotten wars deserve proper endings eventually. Humanity honored history through humble reconciliation together. One final chapter remained unwritten until now. Tomorrow would complete extraordinary historical journey forever. Centuries quietly waited for meaningful closure patiently. Destiny approached with peaceful, determined footsteps steadily. Every moment carried unforgettable, symbolic historical weight. Time finally prepared, releasing forgotten burdens forever. Ancient silence welcomed hopeful, peaceful voices instead. Forgotten conflict neared its final peaceful breath. Hope replaced uncertainty across remembered historical landscapes. The ending became closer than ever before. History patiently awaited one final signature together. Peace stood quietly beyond tomorrow's sunrise already. The impossible ending finally became reality completely. Centuries ended through extraordinary human understanding peacefully. One moment would redefine forgotten history forever. Everyone awaited tomorrow with hopeful anticipation together. The historic morning finally arrived peacefully together. Dutch representatives reached Scilly with warm smiles. Local officials welcomed honored guests respectfully outside. No warships crossed surrounding waters that morning. No cannons guarded peaceful, rocky coastlines anymore. Only friendship filled the quiet island air. Everyone gathered inside a historic council hall. Ancient memories quietly surrounded every hopeful participant. The long-awaited peace document awaited signatures patiently. Pens replaced swords on polished wooden tables. History paused for one unforgettable, peaceful moment. Every witness understood remarkable historical significance immediately. Centuries of silence reached meaningful closure together. Official signatures ended forgotten wartime status forever. Gentle applause echoed through the quiet chamber. Smiles replaced centuries of invisible legal conflict. Former enemies shared respectful, heartfelt handshakes warmly. Peace finally conquered forgotten historical misunderstanding completely. Nobody celebrated military victory that memorable day. Humanity celebrated wisdom instead of violence together. 335 years finally ended peacefully. The world's longest forgotten conflict officially concluded. No battlefield determined this extraordinary historical ending. One signature accomplished impossible peaceful resolution instead. Forgotten paperwork created unbelievable historical consequences forever. Careful diplomacy corrected centuries-old overlooked mistakes gracefully. History sometimes changes through simple human actions. Tiny details often shape remarkable historical destinies. Curiosity preserved truth beyond passing generations always. Duncan's determination rewrote extraordinary forgotten historical narratives. His research inspired historians across the world. Forgotten archives revealed astonishing, timeless human lessons. Peace deserves attention before conflicts become forgotten. Every ending requires someone finishing unfinished stories. Time alone cannot solve every misunderstanding completely. Someone must choose reconciliation over endless silence. Wisdom begins with remembering forgotten responsibilities faithfully. Great lessons often hide inside overlooked details. Humanity grows stronger by learning history together. Forgotten wars remind everyone about lasting consequences. Peace requires intention, courage, and honest commitment. Silence should never replace meaningful resolution forever. History rewards those seeking forgotten truths patiently. Every document carries unexpected, powerful historical importance. Small mistakes sometimes outlive mighty empires completely. Great discoveries often begin with simple curiosity. One question changed centuries of forgotten history. One answer brought peaceful closure forever afterward. The islands remained peaceful beneath endless blue skies. Ocean waves erased memories of forgotten conflict. Seabirds soared above calm, historic waters gracefully. Nature quietly welcomed lasting peace at last. The past finally released its heavy burden. Future generations inherited remarkable, unforgettable historical lessons. Remember history's strangest forgotten war, always together. Remember, peace requires deliberate human choices daily. Remember, curiosity uncovers extraordinary hidden truths forever. Remember, forgotten pages still shape modern lives. History never stops teaching patient listeners faithfully. Every ending creates meaningful beginnings for everyone. Peace remains humanity's greatest lasting achievement always. Forgotten wars deserve remembered peaceful conclusions forever. The impossible story became undeniable historical truth. History smiled after centuries of waiting patiently. Peace finally won without firing bullets.